Hey, it's your CEO, Weekend Gabe, and thanks for watching Weekend at Gabe's. We hope that you enjoyed this latest episode. While you're here, hit the subscribe button and follow us on YouTube. Thanks for watching. All right, let's get to it. Our first guest of the night from straight out of New York City, Zoe Ko, joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. Good evening.
Heyo.
So glad. How's it going?
Oh, sorry. Good, man. I'm just chilling, you know. I actually honestly just took a nap, which was much needed. So I'm gonna come alive in like a hot 3 minutes.
Naps are amazing in my adult experience. I love naps. I'm so glad at your young age that you're showing appreciation for it. So I tip my hat off and salute you.
No, honestly, they like save me. Like I'm constantly working. I also like bartend on the side to even do all of this. So
sure.
Yeah, there's lots going on always for me. So the power naps really save me. Like I'll be like coming back from work, running. I just ate pizza on the train, and then like power nap for like 15 minutes, and then run to a recording session, and then like run to a release party at night or something. And that's like genuinely been my life like every single day recently. So
yeah.
Booked and busy though. That you can't complain about for sure. So let's start there. New York City, obviously the city that never sleeps, or at least never allows the humans that live there to sleep. You have been there for quite some time, but not originally born there. I want to say Pennsylvania.
Almost. That's close. I technically was born in Portland, Oregon. My mom happens to live in Pennsylvania at the moment, but no, I pretty much grew up here since I was like 3, and I always grew up in Queens and lived right next to like the Forest Hill Stadium, and so like we'd always have like block parties, and like I'd hear like the Chainsmokers that week is playing there. I'd be drawing chalk on the street while the Chainsmokers or whoever was coming by.
That's awesome. You mentioned in an interview that New York City breeds, and I quote, an incredibly outlandish version of precisely who you are. When I read that quote, I just felt like that encapsulated you, or at least the Zoe that we see online for sure. Can you expand on that? Because us who live in the boonies, anywhere that's not New York,
wait, where are you guys?
Don't quite understand.
Where are you guys?
Oh, we're Chicago based.
Sorry. My managers are out there, so I still have to like come and visit. I still haven't even.
Let's go.
You're welcome anytime. You know, welcome anytime.
But yeah, so like for that quote, anyways, I just feel like because like they were asking like how like New York has always like has shifted my music, and for me like New York, you kind of get like almost rewarded for being like kind of crazy and like just fully yourself. Like you're really kind of like looked down upon if you're like not yourself, and
right.
And it's just such a like a free and like fun space to kind of explore life and explore every single thing that you could do. Like I don't know, like I would just like wear the craziest shit to school. Like I wouldn't even wear, I don't know, like I would wear like a bra or something to like my high school class in history, and I'd be sitting there in my like tiny bra, and they'd be like, sure. And like it was just like
they're just like par for the course in New York.
Yeah.
That's just how they roll. Okay.
Yeah, and so like I went to like public school, but like I just think like I don't know, like it was just so freeing. I could just like always experiment, and like there was like a big transition, like just because I like had a moment in Long Island when I grew up in like elementary school there with like my grandparents for a little bit, and I was just like the weird ethnic girl out there because I'm mixed, and it's like I'm pretty white. You know what I mean? Like how is this a problem? And then when I came here, it's like, ooh, you're so cool and like exotic or some shit. And it was just like it was just like a complete switch. Like I could wear whatever I want, do whatever I want. It was cool that I wanted to be a singer. Like everything was interesting all of a sudden. And so like I just got to explore everything, and including my music. And I like owe a lot of that to New York, I think.
Yeah. What I read in one of the interviews that you did was that sort of your first engagement or your first attempt at writing a song was for your grandfather's funeral.
Yeah.
Like about how old were you, and then also kind of like, well, what did that experience for you teach you about preparing yourself for everything that came afterwards?
Yeah. I think like forever music was like, I always say like music was kind of like my best friend growing up. Like I was an only child. My mom was a single mom, and like, you know, I didn't even have a dog for that long. So music was just like everything to me, and like kind of kept me alive, I feel like.
Mm.
And so yeah, like when my grandpa died, he was like such a father figure to me. And so like losing him was so hard. That was in 8th grade. And then yeah, I just like had to write a song about it. Like I'd written like little silly things, you know, before, and
Mhm.
like, but it was never like a fully fleshed out like intro, verse, chorus, pre-chorus, you know, whatever. And so
Right,
it's like a
right.
full 3.5 minute song, and yeah, so I performed it at his funeral as well, and like that was just like amazing. Like I like held in crying, like I just refused to cry until I like got through the song, and then I was like like at the very end. But you know, I think like for me, like it was a way to like move through what was happening and like connect with everyone. Like I remember like everyone's like phones up in like the church, you know, and like then they just like would like listen to it all the time and be like, wow, like I remember that or whatever. Like it just really like connected all of us and my family. And
Mm.
like I didn't do it for any reason except to like just like write a song for my grandpa. But like the aftermath of it was like, yeah, like so amazing, like how it connected everyone. And that was like really meaningful. So I just got really addicted to that feeling, I guess, and so like just couldn't stop.
Right.
It's a common dream among young girls to like become a pop star, become a singer, become an icon. But you know, people fall by the wayside. Do you attribute your grandfather to helping you sort of, you know, fuel that dream a little bit? You talked about the aftermath of that song specifically, but while he was alive.
Yeah, I mean, like music in general is just like very like supported in my life, and like and my family. So my mom and like I didn't know my dad as much growing up, but my mom like just always had music playing no matter what. And same with my grandpa. He was almost deaf, so we didn't really talk. So he would just play music and we would do activities together. And so like music just always was there. Like it was just never off. So I think like that was just like a big thing. Like yeah, I think like all of them are just always supportive of like the creative arts in any way, and like wanted you to, you know, try and fulfill your dream and passion first before like yeah, just doing some job that didn't like make you feel alive.
Yeah. One of the things that I loved when I was researching and learning a little bit more about you, Zoe, was just how mature you are in some of the things that you're discussing, as far as like mental health, and then also you write so intently about heartbreak and how that makes you feel. And then I love also like how your Spotify says like come here when you feel like shit. You know,
Yeah.
I just like it's like all these little tid points and things that I think you're so ahead of the curve on. So I want to get into a little bit about like what did the future music moguls and all these institutes that you're involved in or were involved in, like the Clive Davis Music Institute, how did that like prepare you for
Yeah.
kind of like this life in music and entertainment? Because it feels like you're so aware of where you are and where you want to go that it almost feels like it's like you're running the path that you yourself already designed, and it's just a matter of time before you get to that sort of success level that I'm sure you imagine.
Wow, that's so sweet of you. Yeah, no, I thank you. Yeah, I don't even know. Like so FMM was like amazing. It's actually crazy. Like a lot of things in my life have like full circle come back from FMM now. A lot of people like in the industry that like, you know, moved up higher level places and whatever, like we're talking now. And like one of my managers, Ava, we met in the FMM program. She was like the year under me, and yeah, like we've always admired each other from like the 5 years ago that we did it, and like now she manages me, and it's just like kind of crazy how like it kind of came full circle like that.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I think like so FMM, yeah, it was this high school program. I was in the free one, thank God. NYU has taken a lot of money from me, but so thank God it was a free one. But it was so fun. It was like literally like, yeah, like over the weekend you would go and just like spend like 10 hours there, and they would like do like a massive just crash course of the industry. And that was like a big distinction of me for me for knowing that I really wanted to be an artist and like actually attempt to you know, make a living in this like crazy industry, and like I just like could understand like the actual landscape of what the music industry was and what it really meant to be an artist and pursue that, and like just the economics of all of it. And yeah, so that was kind of like, I just like my mentor Marat, I love him to death. He I still like meet with him like every like 6 months, and we grab lunch and whatever. And I owe so much to him, just like educating me like fully in and out. And yeah, so and then I like knew I wanted to go to Clive from being in that program, and yeah, so I got like early acceptance and like went to Clive. Unfortunately, it was just like so much money because I didn't get any financial aid. Thank you, NYU. But yeah, so I ended up dropping out. I took like a leave of absence like during the pandemic and whatever. And I feel like, I mean, to be honest, let's be fair, like if you go to music school, like you eventually want to drop out in hopes of like
Right.
learning enough or making it enough or whatever. And so it was just like a combination for me. Like I just felt like if I was going to go to school, I'd rather study like business or something else that was different, because I was learning it such like firsthand in the industry, and then like it was so expensive. So
Right.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, let's turn to the music. You have a relatively young career, but you have been, I want to say making waves, but it's more like making tidal waves, man. This is, it's crazy the amount of, you know, work that goes into releasing a new song for you, the work that goes into promoting it both before it comes out and then after it comes out. I've gotten a lot of great laughs from watching you go through the playlists that your songs get picked.
Oh my God.
And the names of those playlists. Spectacular TikTok video that everybody should watch at some point. But the first song I heard from you was Till You, and definitely got that sort of Olivia Rodrigo vibe, which is something you mentioned in a lot of the other interviews. And I see a lot of parallels between you and her career. Her career specifically, we all remember, you know, blowing up almost overnight. And then going on a crazy tour and a documentary and all this other stuff. So I wanted to pose a question to you. Would you prefer, given how much it seems like you meticulously approach a release to a project, would you prefer a song go viral overnight, or would you prefer it to sort of steadily build, you know, each project going up and up and up and up?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, it's just my dream, right? So whatever works, I'm open to it.
You're like, I do not care.
Success is success. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. I'm like, I'll take it. Throw it my way. No, I don't really care. I think like I think mainly I didn't want to like go viral like right off the bat, because like, you know, if you don't have any foundation or like other music out, like people can't stay around for much. So I've worked really hard in like slowly building out my world, right? And so like having music videos, having like a lot of photography and whatever, like that you really understand like who I am as an artist and like what that little world is like. And so now I feel like, yeah, I'll take going viral now. I feel like I've done You've
done enough work, you know, tomorrow it's happening.
Any day I'll take it.
Okay, and sorry to keep going here, Gabe, but off the back of that, how do you approach a project release? Are you sitting down? Are you planning out these TikToks? Or is it very much like you described your life earlier? It's like, let me slam this pizza so I can get to the recording session. I'll take a TikTok on the way to the recording session.
Yeah.
How do you approach it?
Yeah, no, I mean like yes, like, you know, planning things out and stuff, but like most of the content anyways is so not planned. Like the raining video, I literally just closed the bar after my 8-hour shift, and then it happened to be raining, and my friend was walking with me, and I was like, I should probably do a freaking TikTok, shouldn't I? And I was like, okay, and then I like stripped down. I was like in my little dress, and I was like, so like that, I mean, most of them are just completely unplanned. I just happen to be like this weird vigilante who's like outside at like 3 a.m. all the fucking time, like in my cute little outfit because I refuse to not look cute. So then I'll just like put my phone up and run around and make a fool of myself, you know, and like the few people at 3 a.m. who just don't want to be seeing a girl screaming to their own song at night is forced to watch that. So Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of prep in like in the sense of like getting the visuals ready and whatever, but who knows, everything's changing. Like I literally this new song that I started teasing, Get Out, I literally wrote like 4 days ago. And like I didn't even have the bridge written. I just finished it today. And yeah, like literally like who knows? Like I just like it's hard because like a lot of my music is very versatile and different, and so like some of it's a lot more pop and some of it's rock, and like for example, yeah, like Line to Lovesick in Public, like quite different, but
Yeah.
and so I think I'm leaning in a little bit more to like the more pop rock, like Paramore-esque vibe, but yeah, it's like it's always hard like picking the next single and like which is gonna do well on like social media, but which is actually really like the right fit, and like always balancing that. Like I don't. The main thing I will say is like I don't make any decisions for TikTok. I just use it as a tool and like a way to connect with fans. So yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask some about the amazing people that are helping you craft your sound and working towards
Yeah.
the release of your EP. It was mentioned that Brent Calatalo and Andy Krem, who are very Grammy nominated mixing engineers, work with Kendrick Lamar, Ariana Grande, sort of being in that space. What has that taught you about either recording yourself or recording songs, or even just the production side of making a record? How has that improved or helped you enhance yourself as a writer and a performer?
Yeah, I mean, like I always want to be like the least credited, worst person in the room, just so I can like always better myself and like, uh, yeah, like get to their level. So yeah, Brent's amazing. He's my mix engineer, and like recently we've been like doing a little bit more production wise, but and then Andy's just like so sick, he'll just like bang out the master, and we're like sick. Sounds great. And yeah, so like I primarily have been working with Jerry Lang. He works with like Des Rocks, who's awesome. And it's just like interesting. Like he makes quite like edgy and like bluesy rock music usually, and like but then like has such a knack for like pop songs as well. But yeah, I think like that has been like the biggest thing for me. Like I really love working with people who actually like do quite different things than me, and so
Sure.
like I'll be mainly the pop writer in the room or something with this like weird little sassy attitude that comes out in lyrics, but like yeah, then they can like pull in this like more rock-esque vibe, and it becomes like a whole vibe. And and yeah, and then like I have just been like kind of in the session game of like working with a whole bunch of different people, like doing songwriting camps, and for a while because I am like in New York and sometimes in LA, so it's super cool just like constantly working with people. And a lot of songs that will be on the EP and like will be coming out in the future like are with a whole bunch of new people, and yeah, it's just really cool like hearing different voices come through, and yeah, it's cool.
Awesome.
I wanted to ask because well, let's stay on the TikTok, I guess, for a second. You mentioned in an interview where you're talking about mental health, that there's sort of the artist that just does the TikTok, sort of like you're just getting off the bar late and you're gonna do it, and then the artist who has to do the TikTok, which I thought was interesting. Do you ever get tired of that at all, or it's like it's just something that you're like, okay, this is the right time to do, so I do it? But you seem to have the personality to do it. But I know for myself, like I can't even get myself to post once on Instagram every week.
Right.
It's goddamn difficult, man. Like
yeah.
You are obviously younger and have a lot more energy than I do at the same time.
Yeah, no, I mean like naturally you just have to like kind of push yourself. Like I think like once you get a little more like into it and you do it consistently, it just kind of becomes like second nature. So I mean a big thing for me was more just like I just didn't know how to act in front of the camera, and I didn't know how to like actually be myself, and so I would always come like off as like disgenuine or something, or like you just didn't get who I was. And that was like really frustrating because I was like I'm like kind of this crazy person. I was like, why isn't that coming off? And like whatever. And so I just like I don't know, it was just kind of like a practice of like letting loose and like not even thinking the camera was a different thing. I think honestly my bar job helped me a lot recently with like just my social skills. Like I can like just talk to anyone and like genuinely like wear my heart on my sleeve and like get to know them like immediately. And I felt like I kind of did the same thing with social media or something. Like I just wouldn't put this like barrier up anymore. I mean, it's taxing,
That's interesting
just like the absolute amount of the sheer amount of content that you have to like keep up with is like genuinely phenomenal. Like I think like someone was like, I was like having this conversation with like this digital marketing person, and they were like, oh, like, you know, we make like 650 videos for a song, and I was like, well, I got like 50. You know. So it's just like literally need like a whole production team and like a bajillion ideas. Like I kind of just like run out of ideas, so I just like end up jumping around and hoping that's good enough. So yeah, I mean, it's just like super taxing. I feel like I grew up with Instagram more, so like I love just like, you know, posting insane photos and shit. So that's like fun, and I've just like had to like get used to the TikTok vibe. I think like you don't have to theoretically do it, but like you should. And it's like a free tool, and like I owe a lot to TikTok for my career. So yeah. I'd say just
it's sort of like restaurants didn't have to have a Yelp page, but at a certain point, like, you know,
just do it.
Yeah, you may as well just make one.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was interesting when you brought up, you know, the bartending skills that lead to the sort of this barrier dropping down. And you said, I think in another interview, that you endeavored to have like one-on-one conversations with fans as much as possible. After a show, making something bespoke for them, like we saw with the little hearts with the lyrics on them, the mail club thing, which I think is a great idea. Who are the Zoe Ko fans? That's what I'm interested to know. Because you know, like outside of the videos that you create, let's say you create 50 videos, it didn't stop there. There were another 50 videos created by other people using the Lovesick In Public little soundbite, which I thought was incredible, and the most amount of traction I've seen from an artist your age, with like people sending you videos of people listening to your song. Do you have an idea of like demographically who your fans are? What they like, what they don't like?
It kind of like shifts. I mean, like it kind of just depends also like on each platform. Like if you literally look at TikTok, I think it's literally like 95% plus females, which is honestly the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Spectacular.
And then on like Spotify, it's like 60% female or something. And so yeah, it like always shifts. And it used to be more like, oh, like 23 to 34 is my main demographic, and now it's like going way younger because TikTok finally started doing something.
Sure.
It's like emo grungy tweens, and it just looks like mini me's that are just like really emotional going through it. And I'm like, fair, like so fair. So usually everyone has dyed hair, they're wearing something black, they have eyeliner on. You know, they seem emotional, they seem like they're going through something usually, or like need a boost and like need to be unhinged for a second. Yeah, I'm just describing them, but like that's my vibe. I don't know.
Those are the people I see, and that's amazing, because you don't understand how many artists that we have on this show who we then ask that question, and they're like, I don't know, like I don't know what's going on with these people.
Yeah, no, and you're right. Like I do make like a really massive effort. Like I love them. Like they're just like real humans out there who like need some music and need a friend. So I text them all the time. I DM them whenever, like I DM them back all the time. Like,
you text them personally? That you give them your personal cell phone?
But like with any messaging, anything, they email me.
Sure.
They'll send a note through my email. They'll like DM me, comment. I respond to literally everything. I make that like such a priority, and I know their names. Like I know where they're like I just like know everything, because I'll sit and ask and like listen to them, and yeah, they're so sweet. And like there's like this one girl, Carly, and she DMs me and she's like, hey, like I'm drunk texting you again. And I'm like, no, go off. I love her to death. I can't wait to meet her eventually in person.
But before we get to some fun questions in a little bit, I wanted to just quickly ask, because you're known for making like these very like emotional pop heartbreak records, and you sort of lean into that, and you own it, right? Because you had this great quote of saying like the whirlwind journey of what it's like to wear your heart on your sleeve, get burned to the ground, then build up a wall again to make sure it's never burned again. So like what has the like you working in the bar, because I'm sure you're talking with people who often express the things that their challenges that they're having or trying to have a good time. I'm sure you get like all types of stories and different personalities. How has that experience also? Will we see any of that in the EP of like you sort of channeling what people are going through?
Gabe
through
wants
your
to
own
know if
vision?
you're going to write a Billy Joel Piano Man equivalent. That's
I mean,
Fair
we may,
question.
right?
Fair question. No, I don't even. I like so like the bar thing. I think like I've only been working there for like 4 months, 4.5 months. But no, I tend to I just happen to write about my own shit. Like I never tend to write like someone else's story because I
Yeah.
just am like, I guess I'm an emotional mess. So yeah, no, I use the songs for myself, I guess.
You
but
haven't got there yet. Yeah.
but yeah, I think like emotional intelligence and like being like really like empathetic and perceptive of everyone's feelings has always been like a big thing for me, and like just being incredibly intuitive and stuff. And so I just try and get that across with my lyricism and like emotion. Like a big phrase I'll say like in the studio is like, oh, like the instrumentation is just like not the right emotion. Like I won't even say anything fucking descriptive. I'll just be like, wrong vibe.
Right.
Fix that. But and yeah, I think like at the bar anyways, yeah, like I've just, yeah, like I don't know, like it's just like really important to like be able to really like have like deep conversations with like a complete stranger. It's like I feel like I've been feeling sonder a lot recently because of the bar job. You know that word?
There's
It's,
a word.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like technically not an English word. It's like it's when you have the realization that someone else like has a completely just as chaotic, crazy life as you or whatever.
Right.
And it's like this like beautiful but like very jarring sensation. And so I think like I kind of use that a lot because I like want to say very like specific but universal lyrics, and like that really like hit something in you. You're like, oh yeah I felt that. Something
Yeah.
like that. So like that's important to me, and how I feel like how it's like me.
Word. I want to quickly ask before we get into some fun questions. You cited in a quickfire segment in another interview that directing was a passion of yours. I'm sure you had some hand in the incredible video for Line, which was awesome. Is doing more videos something that you're looking to do? I mean, outside of TikTok, full feature length things, and then directing those yourselves?
Yeah, so all my music videos I direct or co-direct. I also edit them, and then just like all my visuals in general, like all the photo shoots, like I'll make the mood boards and set everything, do the hair and makeup and the styling and whatever, and pick the locations, everything. So that all just like I just love it. Like I just want the creative control just naturally, and so yeah, I just like I would love to like help some other friends and whatever, like do some directing and like help with music videos and shit like that. So yeah, I think like a little part of me wants to like do some acting or something. I don't know, like I don't know directing for shows or TV yet, but in general, I do love just like storytelling, and I think that's a big part of directing.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right, Gabe, you get the first crack at the nut here.
All right, let's get into
Oh
it.
my God.
All right, so there's this sort of just question that or statement that New Yorkers often say, like, "I'm so New York. I'm so New York." This, how New York are you?
Okay, honestly, I'm so New York. I shit you not. I like really, it became a thing for me like a year ago when I like moved back, because I was like kind of in between Pennsylvania and New York because of school and with my ex-boyfriend and my mom out there and whatever. And then like when I came back and I fully like moved out and moved into my own place, I was like, oh my God, like I've become such a New Yorker. Like I literally only eat pizza. I love seeing my little rat buddies every now and then. I throw them the crust. Like I have like banter with like crazy people. I'm like, yo, what's good, Greg? Like it's just so weird. Like I don't like, it's become really intense New York vibe recently. I think the bartending has really thrown it over the edge. And like
Yeah.
I don't know what I just feel like I've become so like blunt and like edgy or something. And I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I picked up like I get all my like furniture from the street. I like, picked up this like Yankees bucket hat on the street the other day. I was like no one would be doing that outside of New York. Like it's genuinely so rank of me, but I just did it. I'm like, yeah, I got this sick bucket hat on the street. Like it's just bad. Like I don't know. But like it's cool too. But like also bad.
I think I mean, I think it's really cool because I'm the type of person who will definitely pick up a bucket hat on the street and be like, "This is mine now." But please wash that. You know, sanitize
No, I'll
it.
wash it.
Yeah,
It's still in the laundry hamper. That's
Okay,
piling up, but
good. Because, you know, you never know because there's all kinds of bugs in New York. You know.
No, I know. No, I've gotten like used to like killing the cockroaches now. Like I showered with one, like the day I moved in. I just let it hang. I was like, whatever. Like I'm nude. My hair is like fully soaked in soap right now. I just let him chill there for a while. I was like, great. He got a show. So I don't know what's going on, but like, yeah, the cockroaches are pretty normal for me now. Yeah, I love rats. Pigeons though, that's the one thing like I'm really.
You draw the line at pigeons.
Yeah, like I have this video. There's this like woman in Union Square, and she always like, you know, feeds the pigeons for whatever reason. I'm like, fine, I get it, Mother Nature, but like. The entire like side, you know, the whole part in which you have to walk through is covered in pigeons. Like you can't even see the floor. And then I attempted to walk through because that is where I had to go. And I like took a video and I just was screaming and I ran for like 2 blocks screaming and it was so embarrassing because they all like lifted at once and like hit me and I was like, no way. I can't do the pigeons. I can't do it, but I love them. I just can't like do the.
My girlfriend was having similar issues with the pigeons in Washington Square Park the last time we were in New York.
There's Home Alone 2 vibes all the way, by the way. Which also is New York, so
I don't know. Maybe there's pigeon lady in your future. You know?
No, like that's a new goal. New goal. I'm like about to turn 22, which is very upsetting. That's a whole separate conversation. But I am so I think that's the goal. I think I really want to like have a pigeon on my arm and just feed it a little goldfish or some shit. That's the goal.
Oh, that's amazing. We heard in another interview that you do not do shopping for clothes. We've mentioned that you found great finds in the trash heap, along with that Yankees bucket
Good
hat,
old street,
which I hope to see on the Instagram someday. But I was curious because you thrift and Gabe does not thrift, but I thrift. I got this jacket here at the thrift, and it is lovely.
Flannel thrift, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Best thrift find ever.
That was that was intense. I don't know. Hold on. I don't know. Okay, I got this.
You
I just
consult
got
the closet?
It's not the best one though.
Okay.
I got so many. That's way too difficult. That was so intense of you to say. Okay, hold on. I got it. It's like a reversible Ed Hardy jacket.
Oh yeah, that's spectacular.
I'm getting into it now. Okay.
Oh wow.
Hold on.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. I just get to be like this little emo little bitch in this. Ready?
The Jersey Shore called, and Pauly D wants his sweater back.
And it's like crazy on the inside. You know,
that's wild.
Like little like leg warmers or some shit. And
I can't
really emo. It's really good. It's good.
I can't believe somebody gave that up. That's remarkable.
I bought it from a man on the street, so.
Oh, okay. So you're an opportunist when it comes to clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
Little embroidered skull. I guess I'm in. Yeah, I'm in my skull and cross thing.
Do you just walk up to people and just offer them cash for their clothes? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. I don't know. I could literally just pull out like so many different items right now. I keep wearing this at like it's like this like crazy belt.
Oh wow!
You just like wear it around, you know.
That looks like something out of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying, "Where'd you get the medieval belt?" And I'm like,
the Lannisters want their gear back.
Yeah. So like how I keep like sustaining it, I actually do like little slogan that goes on like the thrifting place. It's like sell, shop, and trade or whatever. Or do it again. I do that. I sell all my clothes that I get tired of, probably every 3 months, and then I like use all the store credit and then buy medieval belts and shit.
That's genius.
Yeah, honestly, it really works.
That's absolutely genius.
Yeah,
I love it.
All right.
My favorite thing about thrifting is that, you know, I have a real problem if I wear a shirt and then I see somebody else on the street in the same shirt. I will never wear that fucking shirt ever.
No, you can't.
You know, like, and what's great about thrifting is you find one of ones. You know, it's like, or it doesn't have to be an exact one of one, but like, so long as I don't see it, it doesn't exist. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yep. I found these like crazy platform Doc Martens the other day too, and I was like, what a slay! Like they're like vintage, I think, which is weird because they look really weird and old. But yeah, they have like just a thick chunky platform. Like they definitely just don't sell those kinds anymore. And I'm like, yeah, cool. No one's got those.
All right. I was gonna ask about a song lyric that you're making fun of, but I want to ask about pizza because Chicagoans are
Let's talk about
have a very strong opinion about pizza. In 30 seconds, convince me why New York style pizza is the best pizza that is available.
Oh God, I really am not a debate person.
Just convince me. You don't have to. I'm not gonna debate you on this. I just want you to tell me why it's the greatest.
There are $1 slices everywhere. They're pretty good. You can literally just put the dollar on the table and be like, pizza now, and you just shove it out, go on the subway. It's perfect, and you feel satisfied. It's nice. And then there's also like really nice like sit down pizzas, and like John's on Bleecker that's just been there forever. And then you can like, get a picture of like Dr. Pepper with it and just like stuff your face with really good pizza. It's super thin, so you can just like eat a lot of it and feel like really happy about eating like 6 pieces of pizza. You can get every topping in the world on it, and it's like really good. And how thin it is, that means like you get the exact perfect little crunch that's like really satisfying, almost like sushi, where it's like filling but not filling, and like it's good.
Oh,
I got it.
Word.
That's all
Are
I have.
you seem like a thin crust fan. No love for the Sicilian style.
Yeah, I definitely like the thin. Very, very, very thin.
Okay, thin, but not the Sicilian, the little thick square ones. No, not that. I don't know. You said you was from Queens. I know some people in Queens will swear up and down by the Sicilian style shit.
If they only have that, I'll take it. But like, I'd rather have like very thin, but like not like so thin that it's like paper, but it can't be like flop. Like you can't like flop.
Yeah.
It's gotta have some rigidity,
right? So
it's
a big thing. Oh, there's Vinny's Pizzeria is like right next to where I work, and I literally, they have a elote pizza, which is like the Mexican street corn, but like on pizza. So good. So good. And they like know me, and so they'll just give me free pizza. And it's like, hi,
bonus.
Have it again. No, it's so good. Oh, I love it.
It pays to be Zoe Ko.
Definitely. Look, all the benefits are coming in pizza.
All right. Last one from me. I saw on an old Instagram post from I think 2017 or 2018. You said, "Stop me from getting this Avatar: The Last Airbender tattoo. Please convince me not to do it." So my question is, what is the greatest Avatar: The Last Airbender episode?
That's really hard. It's definitely not from the first season for me.
Definitely not. That's a good answer, and that's how I know you know what you're talking about. You know?
I've watched this so many times, but I don't actually have like a real. There's like, I don't like the swamp people either, and I didn't love, what was his name, Jet or whatever, the little freaking dude that like.
He's the Earth dude who's like kind of a dick.
Like, wait. You know what? And it's not okay. This is just a process of elimination. Like, I also did not appreciate when Yappa went missing. I was like, excuse me. I literally cried. That was really upsetting. I don't know. I mean, like the final 2 episodes were very impressive for me. Like, I know that's kind of maybe a weird answer, but like, I was crying. Like, I was sobbing.
I am glad you brought that up, because easily my favorite episode is in that last season, and it's the spirit turtle. When he like goes into a trance. I almost
said that. Yes.
And the turtle comes up. Yes. I agree. I think Avatar is a great example of a show that builds to a climax and then stops. I don't know if you watch a lot of Korra, but it's also great in its own right.
I purposely didn't, but I just added it to my watch list because I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to have a little bit more. I can't rewatch this show one more time.
It has some high points. It has some serious high points.
Yeah. I think but like, no, there's like, I think in the second, something with like when like Zuko like becomes soft when he's like, okay, I'm gonna help them. I think there was like one of those episodes that I was like, oh, I think like when they were like traveling in like the air temple thing, and he was like following them and like helping them. That was pretty cute. I was like, Move on.
Yeah, the Zuko redemption arc.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. That's a good answer. That's a
And I'm
great
like,
answer.
I'm so down for this. Like, I just could watch this on loop. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, Zoe, thank you so much for joining us here on Weekend at Games. We appreciate you giving us your time. We look forward to the new single. You said that you already started to promote it. What was the name of it again?
Get Out.
Get Out. All right. We can't wait for it. In case you're trying to get caught up on all the new releases, they're on all the digital streaming platforms, including Lovesick In Public, which just dropped about a month ago. So thank you so much for giving us your time. Good luck with your career. I can't imagine it not blowing up at some point and seeing you everywhere on billboards. We really enjoyed the time with you, and we wish you all the best.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys. It was so lovely hanging out. And yeah, just let me know. I'll always come back.
Much.
All right. Well, let us know when your managers have you, crash in Chicago. We'll love to run into you.
For sure. Have a good night, guys. Have a good
All right,
night.
Zoe Ko here tonight, our guest here on Weekend at Games. I love it, man. I love her vibe. I love her spirit. I've never, just catch my clothes in and got new clothes. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
You should really cash in that Michael Vick jersey and get some new clothes.
I don't know how many cents I can get for this. I don't know, like 50 cents.
I don't know. You could probably get a free dog at the adoption clinic. That's a bad joke, Weekend Game. But no. All jokes aside, please go follow Zoe Ko on all platforms at It's Zoe Ko. She really means what she says about taking one-on-one interactions with fans. It happened to me. We got her on the show. I am a fan of Zoe Ko's music, and what an awesome, genuinely very cool person with a lot more career left ahead of her. So that's going to be very fun to watch.
I love the responding to drunk DMs from loyal fans. That's next level, man.
Yeah, you don't even do that.
I do not. I do not.
You don't even respond to my drunk text when I text you.
There's a reason for that. Thanks for watching this latest episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. If you're looking for more, click on any of the episodes swirling around my head. And also, don't forget to follow us on the socials at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all.